back to my channel. In today's video, I have a delicious pizza dough recipe to share with you. We are actually going to be making 3 different things with it. In my brand new appliance, guys, I got a Bighorn pizza oven. All right, if you're new here, hi, I'm Claire. Welcome, come on in, make yourself comfortable. We love a gadget over here, okay? A rice cooker, an air fryer. If you like that kind of stuff, be sure to hit subscribe, because today we got a new appliance. I got a pizza oven. The lovely folks at Bighorn wanted to sponsor a video and really wanted me to try out this pizza oven, and spoiler, it's amazing and I can't wait to share it with you. And I do want to say that I have actual pizza credentials here. I went to Naples, I took a cooking class in southern Italy. I know the things, and I'm gonna share with you my tips that I learned along the way as well. All right, before we get going on the dough, I will say you can do all of this in your oven at home. However, the standard oven gets to be about 500 degrees and the pizza oven gets to 750. So if you really want that authentic crispy crust like you'll see today, you're gonna want a pizza oven. I am using my stand mixer today, but you don't need to. You could do all of this by hand and it will still totally work. We're gonna start with 1 1/3 cups of warm water. We're going to add 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast. This is also the same amount that comes in 1 standard packet. And we're also gonna throw a tablespoon of sugar in there. And now we're going to let our yeast bloom for about 5 minutes. All right, it's been a few minutes and you can see it's nice and foamy. So we are ready to add our flour. We're going to do 4 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And one note about the flour, one of the things I did learn from my pizza class in Naples is that you want to use 00 pizza flour. You can use all-purpose flour or bread flour. You can use any flour, it will still be good. But if you really want that authentic, chewy, crisp texture, go with 00. This is my first authentic Naples tip for you, is go with the 00. I'm gonna go ahead and knead this for 8 minutes, or you could do it by hand for 8 minutes as well. All right, it has been 8 minutes and our dough is ready to rest. One super convenient thing about this pizza dough recipe is that there's only 1 rise, and because it's quite warm in here, it's probably gonna take about 45 minutes for me. If you're in a cooler environment, it might take more time than that, but basically, we just want our dough to double. So I am just gonna oil the bottom of this bowl, and then I'm going to cover it. And once she's doubled, we're ready to go. All right, it's been just under 50 minutes. Our dough has doubled. It's nice and fluffy. But before I make the pizza and the other things we're gonna make, I am gonna go ahead and start the oven because I am using the pellets. It takes about 20 minutes to preheat, and that'll be the perfect amount of time for us to assemble all the things we're gonna put in it. Okay, so this recipe makes about 2 pounds of dough. It's going to make about 8 individual pizzas. That's what I'm going to do. If you don't want to make them all at one time, if you are cooking just for one, you can portion this dough out and throw it in your freezer and just get it out when you need it. That's totally fine. Personally, I really prefer these smaller individual size pizzas. I just think it's fun that everybody kind of gets their own little one. And that way everybody gets exactly what they want. Now, when it comes to toppings, we are making a classic margherita pizza today. And one of the most surprising things I learned in Naples is that for the sauce, they just use tomatoes. There's nothing else in the sauce. It is just tomatoes, no sugar, no salt, no basil. It's just tomatoes. They're San Marzano tomatoes specifically. And I like to get the ones in the can from Italy. The chef that taught us said that it has to do with the volcanic soil in Italy that makes the San Marzano tomatoes so delicious. So that's one of the other secrets. It's simple, it's fresh, it's accessible. It's just tomatoes, you guys. And as far as cheese goes, I'm using a big chunk of deli style mozzarella cheese. It melts like a dream. It's my favorite to use on pizzas. I've definitely mentioned that before on this channel. Before we dress our pizza, we're gonna poke a few holes in it, just so we don't get any like really huge bubbles. Now we're going to add our tomato sauce. To be fair, this was a can of like whole peeled tomatoes. I just used my immersion blender and I blended it on up in there. Add our mozzarella. I do want to point out that I in fact own a pizza peel. I got this at a thrift store and it's come in handy a lot, but you don't need one. You could use like a metal spatula. Just be careful, don't put anything plastic in a pizza oven. It's very hot in there. Also, to prevent sticking, we're gonna use a little bit of cornmeal. That's also something they definitely do in Naples. The oven isn't quite hot enough yet, so we're gonna go ahead and prep the other two things that we are making, because nextly we're gonna do some calzones, but we're gonna do two different types. We're gonna do one sweet and one savory. You could actually say that one is more like a pie, and you could make big, huge, giant calzones. I'm gonna do these pretty much the same size as I did my pizza. We're just gonna make little mini ones. All right, for the savory calzone, we are gonna be using a little bit of barbecue sauce. We're going to be throwing a little bit of smoked sausage in here, left over from a previous night. I love making a calzone that just has like yesterday's leftovers in it. I'm also throwing a little blue cheese in there. Controversial, sound off down below. Do you like blue cheese or not? My family loves it, but I know it's not one that everyone loves. Just use whatever cheese you want. I love a leftover calzone. If you had rotisserie chicken left over, make a chicken Alfredo calzone. If you have a bunch of veggies that you had last night, throw them inside. I love this as a good way not to waste anything in your refrigerator. So there is our savory calzone. We do need to cut a little vent on the top there. The second calzone we're gonna make is a pie. I've just got some pie filling here because it's so fast. These recipes would be so great if you are hosting a party, because you could make all of your pizzas and then you can use the same oven to then make dessert. I think that is so fun. And you could use any filling you wanted. You don't have to use the stuff in the can if you want to make your own filling. Throw my little apple stuffing in there. Again, make a little vent on the top. And I have one more that I'm gonna show you. This is another dessert item, but when I order pizza, one thing my family really loves are those darn cinnamon sticks, right? They're so good. So I wanted to make sure that especially my oldest son had his favorite thing here. And so I'm gonna make my version of a Cinestick. So I'm rolling it out, but not quite as thin as the pizza. I want it to be a little bit doughier, okay? I'm just gonna make a little one. Of course, the pizza oven is 12 inches. You could make this big. You could use the whole dough if you wanted to. And then here, I have a mixture of cinnamon sugar that I keep on my counter all the time. I actually scored this jar at the thrift store, and that way it's already pre-made. My oldest son, he loves like a cinnamon sugar toast, cinnamon sugar on a bagel. Like, it's a flavor that we really love. And it's really good in the pizza oven because it gets sort of this like crystallized top, almost like a creme brulee. It's fantastic. All right, before we cook this, let's talk about this pizza oven. This is the Bighorn 12-inch multi-fuel pizza oven. And the best thing about it is because of those different fuel options, this is an all-season pizza oven. You can use it any time of year. When you're using the pellets, which is our favorite way to use it, it takes about 20 minutes to get up to 750 degrees, and it cooks a pizza in about 90 seconds. We love using the pellets because it really has an authentic, smoky, woody flavor. But there are two attachments that you can get for this pizza oven. The first is to attach it to gas. This is definitely a great hack if you are cooking for one, because you might not want to heat up those pellets and do all of that if you're just going to cook one serving. This is great because you can attach it right to a propane tank and just cook your one pizza. You don't have to wait for it to heat up or anything like that, which is really nice. There also is an electrical option, which means you can bring this whole thing inside and plug it in, which of course makes this so versatile. It's not just gonna be gathering dust in your garage waiting for the summertime to be used. You can use it all the time. You also can do more than just pizza in it. You can roast vegetables, you can cook steak. You definitely can let your creativity fly with this oven. The top side of the oven also has enough residual heat that you can actually boil water on it or sauce, which is great if you're gonna take this pizza oven camping. I also think it's a fantastic value. Ordering pizza is expensive. Guys, delivery is pricey. I would much rather make my own healthy, whole food ingredient pizzas here at home that I know are gonna taste better. So I think it is a good investment if you're a person who does love a pizza. Of course, I will leave links to this fantastic Bighorn pizza oven down below. I will also leave links to the separate attachments, the gas and the electric, if those are something you're interested in. So be sure to check that out, and a huge thank you to Bighorn for sponsoring this video. I am obsessed with this pizza oven. I can already tell we are going to be using it all the time. We already have. We've used it like 10 times before I even have filmed this video. We're pizza ovening everything. All right, now let's get those in the oven. All right, she is nice and toasty in there, and we are ready to make our pizza. Like I said, it's gonna take about 90 seconds, and every like 20 to 30 seconds or so, we're gonna pull her out and turn it around so that it's nice and even. Look at that pizza, you guys. Stop! Ah! That seriously took the least amount of time, and look how gorgeous it is. And then we're gonna top it off with some fresh basil from the garden. That's also something I learned in Naples, is you put the basil on afterwards so it doesn't burn. I just feel like you really needed a close-up here, okay? It's incredible. I wish you could smell it. I wish you could taste it. And just like the pizza, the calzones are gonna take about 90 seconds as well, and we're gonna wanna turn them midway through. There we go, delightfully toasty. And now for our apple pie. I cannot wait to eat this. And last but not least, let's throw our cinnamon bread in there. Like, look how perfect that caramely shell on the top is. Ah! And here we go, one pizza dough, technically 4 different recipes, but 3 different ideas. Let's cut these up. For the cinnamon sticks, we're obviously gonna make them stick style here. And I am gonna cut the pizza into quarters, even though a real Naples style pizza, you sit and eat with like a fork and a knife. You don't eat it in slices. That's a very American thing to do, but it's okay. I'm an American. And of course, we wanna get the cross section of these so you can see. I don't want to use the barbecue knife on there. Okay. There we go. We have a beautifully cooked pie, a lovely meaty cheesy calzone. Look at the texture of this dough. It's so, so good. And of course, our classic pizza. And with that fresh basil, this really hits, I'm not gonna lie. All right, you guys, that was my pizza dough video. I hope I inspired you to maybe get a little creative with your dough, because basically you can put anything in it, on it, around it, and it will be tasty. So hopefully I've inspired you to get creative. Again, I will leave all the links down below for the Bighorn pizza oven and its various attachments. I hope you really enjoyed this sponsor, because I really did. Of course, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and come back for more videos like this. And I will see you guys in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!
good.
You can have all the cinnamon sticks if you want. That's all you. Oh, you want to try one? Oh my gosh, I know. So many choices.